Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Mike, to tell you with the Pro Football Hall of Famer, Kevin Mawae. Kevin, thanks so much for joining us. How many years have you been at the camp here at Louisiana?
I think this is like my 11th or 12th. I think it's 11. This is my 11th year. Yeah, so 2014 or 15, something like that.
One of the things with this camp, and it's always been about the fundamental part of the game, you haven't played for so long and at the very highest level. No, they don't put you in Pro Football's Hall of Fame because they like you. You in there because you're the best of the best. And I think this is a great opportunity for these young men today to learn some of the best high school coaches in the country, people like yourself, also some former pro coaches. So, man, that's got to be a thrill for a 14, 15-year-old to come here to learn the fundamentals of playing offensive, defensive line.
Oh, I would have been excited at their age to come at camp like this and learn from guys like Anthony Munoz and, Tutal Jones, guys like that, that played the game at the highest level. And so for me now to be one of those guys, I think, I'm giving back to the game. Two, these kids aspire to do something that I've done and other these guys in NFL, coaches and otherwise have done. And three, it's just the fun part of the game. It's like it's an underutilized. I think the importance of offensive and defensive line play is not really highlighted like quarterback play, skill positions guys. So for them to come out here and have a camp for just big guys to learn the fundamentals and techniques and things like that, it's vitally important for one, for themselves, but for the game of football, so that the game continues to get better and better every year.
Pro football, college football is all the same. Yeah, you want to have the great quarterback, but you win up front. The Eagles are a great example. Okay, Jalen Hurts is a terrific quarterback, but look what they got up front. Yeah. Offensive, defensive line. We've seen it from Alabama and Georgia and USC in the past. Those teams have won. Yes, they have a top quarterback, but they are really good up front along the offensive and defensive lines.
I totally agree with you, and I like to look back here at LSU because I'm an LSU guy. The years that they've won the national titles, they've had strong offensive lines. The last title they won, 4 guys went to the NFL and are still playing in the NFL. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's you can't have a great quarterback and then get hammered by a poor offensive line and get hurt.
Mahomes found out.
Yeah, so you got to invest, and at that level you invest. Now even at the lower levels, coaches start to understand my offensive line has got to be good enough to somewhat protect my skill guys, and that's what this camp's all about. And this is what kids find out how important they really are. You might not be big, you might be too small, too slow, too fat, too short, arms too short, or whatever, but the technique wins 90% of the time. And that's what we try to get these guys to understand. Find out what you're good at, hone your technique in that area as best as you possibly can, and let that be your asset.
One of the things, each week we have Mark Schlereth on. Yeah. Mark played forever in the National Football League, and now he's on television, and he was like, the one thing I had to get over from college to the pros is every time I lined up, that guy in front of me, he was a better athlete than I was. Yeah. And for a lot of guys, they didn't realize, hey, I got to learn my technique part of this game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You have great fundamentals and great technique, and you have athletics. So it becomes special. Alan Faneca is going to be around this camp, and he was a phenomenal player, great athlete, and it just adds to your ability to be a better player. But where you lack in size or maybe strength or maybe athleticism, you gain an advantage when you have spot-on technique and your fundamentals. And that's hat placement, footwork, and hand placement for the offensive line. Defensive lines, get off the ball, play in your gaps, and be able to stay off the blocks. And that's what we're teaching at this camp, all across. We got almost 600 kids out here, and that's what we're teaching these guys.
One of the things, too, is I always say this, other than the quarterback position, I think the center position is the hardest position to play college, pro, not only physically, but the mental part of this game of what you have to control playing center.
Well, I think from the center position, you're the quarterback of the guys up front. So you call the protections, you call the defensive fronts. You got to be able to somewhat recognize defensive coverages, where the safeties are, rotations and stuff like that. And it's because your first call determines what everybody else does. It's like a domino. I push the first one over and everybody else falls off of that. If the center makes the wrong call, then the play is dead. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes a very mental part of it. It's more the game is understanding the complexity of the defenses and getting your guys in the right spot. If we all go in the right direction at the right time, it'll be very good. If we all go in the wrong direction at the same time, we still got a chance.
Yeah.
But if we're going in two different directions, then we're in trouble. And so that's always coming in the mentality, and that's what I prided myself in, is understanding the puzzle that defense presents.
One of the things I think we see a little bit more today than maybe in years past is a lot of interior blitzes. I know Bobby says all the time with me is, Mike, most of the pressure I got when I was playing was coming off the edge. Today, they disguise it a little bit. It looks like it's coming off the edge, and then all of a sudden, it's a straight shot. And so that center, he's got to be able to pick that up along with the running back.
Yeah, and it's not easy. It's really not that easy. It's understand, like spending a lot of time in the film room, understanding tendencies, who their designated guy normally is, percentage-wise. And you're taking an estimated guess on who's going to be the guy to come, and you got to trust the guys behind you, whether it be a running back or tight end or whatever. And the quarterback's got to throw hot. But they do a lot better job in the NFL, especially in the NFL college, of disguising interior blitzes and things like that. That's why communication is vitally important. If we're all going to the wrong guy at the right time, then we're going to be okay. But if I thought you did this or you misunderstood the point or something like that, then that's where chaos happens. So that's the mental part of the game. You got to understand and study defenses.
Kevin, you could be a lot of places right now, but you choose to be here. We thank you for coming here to Thibodaux at Nicholls State, because this is something you choose to do. It's Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
You could be somewhere else in life, but you choose to be here to help these young men, and can't thank you enough for that.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Well, here's what Father's Day is. You got to go clean the back patio off so that you can grill the steaks for everybody else for your Father's Day. My kids are older. I don't have to worry about it. I'm out here enjoying myself. I come out with my brother every year, and I have a blast doing this.
This is awesome. Thanks so much, Kevin.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.